Hey guys, it's Bonnie. Today I am here to do a review of the book My True Love Gave to Me, which is upside down. It is a holiday collection of 12 short stories by 12 different YA authors. Basically, I'm just going to go through each story, give you a brief feeling and star rating, and then talk about my overall feelings. So the first story in this collection is Midnight by Rainbow Rowell. And I freaking loved this story. It was a New Year's Eve themed one, obviously with midnight. I can't really remember all the characters' names because there's a lot of different people in this and all that. But it was basically just went through a bunch of different New Year's Eves, and it was a really cute story. I thought the writing was really nice. I actually have never read a book by Rainbow Rowell. I know. This was my first experience with her, and it made me really excited to get in her books. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. The next story was The Lady and the Fox by Kelly Link, and I did not like this story at all. I didn't even finish it, but so like star rating, I guess I shouldn't give it 1, but I'd say 1 out of 5 because I just couldn't finish it. It was so boring. I was like falling asleep while I was reading it, and the book makes me like want to fall asleep, I mean, and if it's a short story, it should like capture attention really well, and this just did not. I did not like it at all. Sorry, Kelly. The next short story was Angels in the Snow, and this is by Matt De La Pena. Yeah, I really love this one, which I didn't expect to because I've tried to read one of Matt De La Pena's books in the past, but I just could not get into it. Maybe now I'll try again. I really liked his short story. But yeah, this was a very different kind, like it had a very nice feel. I just really liked the feel of the story. It was not super cheesy and like super romantic. It had a little more like depth to it, and it was really nice. And yeah, I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Story in the book is Polaris is Where You Find Me by Jenny Han, and this was so cute and like so unexpected because a lot of these are like sort of real life based stories, but this one was based in the North Pole about a girl who was adopted by a Santa Claus. I just thought it was so cute, so unique, and I wanted more. Like, it ended and I was like, no, don't end there, I want more. That's how a lot of these short stories felt. The ones that I really liked, I like wanted a continuation of these characters, and this was one of those, and it was so good. I also have never read anything by Jenny Han, but I have quite a few of her books owned now, so I'm really excited to read her books now and love it. The next story in the book is It's a Yuletide Miracle, Charlie Brown, which was by Stephanie Perkins, and this was my favorite story in the book. Not surprising, I've read Stephanie Perkins before. I've loved every single one of her books, and this was just so darn cute. The characters were so great, just the whole story, the feeling, oh my god, it was so good. I loved it. It's hard to say much about short stories because you really can't go into plot because, like, you know, you don't want to give it all away. Basically, this girl and her mother are kind of in a bad place right now. The girl likes to do like animation and stuff, and there's this guy at the Christmas tree farm who has a really nice voice, and she wants to ask him to be one of the voices in her little animated thing, and it takes off from there, and it's so cute. 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. That's where I actually left the bookmark in, just so I would always remember that it was my favorite, but yeah. So cute. Next was Your Temporary Santa by David Levithan, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't awful, but it was just like, I don't know, it was okay. I felt like it was kind of missing something, which I guess could happen in a short story because you're really not given much in the first place. But you know, I mean, it was okay. It's alright. That's all I'm gonna say. 3.5. Next story was Krompuslav? Maybe? By Holly Black, and I was surprised because I liked this one a little more than I thought I would, especially because I've seen other people kind of rate it a bit lower, but I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was definitely weird, and it was more of a New Year's story again. I believe this one was. Yeah, and it was weird. It was definitely weird. It had some really odd elements, but I feel like that's kind of what you're to expect from Holly Black. And yeah, it was weird, but it didn't like go too much like another story that I'll get to eventually. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. Not the best, but still, I enjoyed it. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. The next story is What the Hell Have You Done, Sophie Roth by Gayle Forman. This was another really good one. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because it was good, but there were times I was kind of like, alright, let's move on. And if I'm saying let's move on in a short story, it's probably not a good sign. But yeah, this one was another really cute one, and the characters were really different, and that was refreshing. They weren't a lot like the other romances. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. I really like Gayle Forman's writing. I've only read If I Stay by her, but I would like to read the sequel to, or the companion to If I Stay, as well as the Just One Day companion duology thing. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it. The next story is Beer Buckets and Baby Jesus by Myra McIntyre. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I don't know. I tried to like it and it wasn't awful, but it just felt very like, I don't know, it was set in like a church pageant and you had your bad guy boy with your goody girl pastor daughter. I don't know, it was just a little, I don't know, it felt kind of cliche and not in a good way. Because you know, there's a lot of cliches during the holidays. But this one was kind of just like, yeah. The next story was Welcome to Christmas, California by Kiersten White. This was fantastic. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And it's about this town called Christmas, California. It's really small. This girl works at this diner and this new chef comes, and it was a really cute story. And you kind of like, I mean, I kind of predicted how it would end, which, I mean, it's kind of typical of a short story, but I really loved how it ended at the same time. It was just a really cute story, and it was a good, like, overall lesson, I guess, to really kind of think about things and do better communication with people before you, like, make assumptions or judgments. I don't know, it was just a really nice. Good job, Kiersten White. The second to last story was Star of Bethlehem by Allie Carter, and I give this 5 out of 5 stars as well. This was so unique. It's about this girl, like, who she's in an airport and she's just gonna go anywhere, and she sees this other girl who doesn't want to go to the place where she's going, so she gives her ticket, they do an exchange, and she goes to where this other girl is going, and they look very similar. When she gets there, there's a whole family and a boyfriend waiting for her, and things kind of ensue from there, and it was so good. The ending, I didn't really see coming. Like, I knew something had to be up, but I didn't really see that coming. It was really cool. So yeah, I love that one. And the last one is The Other Disappointment, The Girl Who Woke the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. 1 out of 5 stars. I did not finish this. I barely got into it. I started reading and I was just, this is so, what? Like, what is happening? What is she talking about? I was not interested in the slightest. Sorry. I know a lot of people like Laini Taylor's writing, but I was just not really feeling it. Maybe it was just the story, I'm not sure, but it definitely leaves me hesitant to read her books because I have not read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, but I don't know, after the story, I don't know if I want to, because if it's like that, I was not feeling it. So overall, I really did enjoy this book. As you see, most of my ratings were high. There were only a few bad apples throughout the book that kind of bring it down to a 4 out of 5 star, which is what I gave it as a whole. But yeah, otherwise there were some stories that I really loved in this book, and I think I will reread them in holidays to come because they were just so cute, and with short stories it's it's really easy to just read them again. So if you were thinking of picking this up but you were unsure, because I have heard like mixed reviews overall, I would definitely give it a shot. It has some really wonderful stories in here. Yes, there are some that like you want to just rip out and burn in a fire because they don't belong with the rest. But you know, you can't always have perfection, and this isn't perfection, but it has some perfect stories that I really think you should read because they're so cute and great. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you get the UK edition, I mean, just the freaking book itself is worth it, so. Okay guys, that is my review of My True Love Gave to Me. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you read the book and what you thought of it. Let me know what your favorite story was. Like I said, mine was Stephanie Perkins. It was so perfect. Perfect Perkins. Anyway, that is all I have for this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.